Hello and welcome to Aqua Park, scenario number 10 in the original RollerCoaster Tycoon series from 1999, where today our goal is to get 900 guests by the end of year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. We start out with this whitewater slide, dinghy slide thing, a pair of dueling log flumes, which is a kind of cool design, this whitewater rapids ride, and then the world's saddest bumper boat hire, with very, very difficult paths to get underneath to get back into the station. But that's all we've got. In terms of rides available to build, we have transport rides. We've got my least favorite rides in the whole world right here. We've got roller coasters that aren't water-related, this thing, and then, of course, all of these that are already represented, and then a couple of shops and stalls. So I think what would be kind of neat to do would be to, well, we can't have any more water rides, apparently. But I think it would be nice to have everything still be kind of Aqua themed. Wait, hold on. Are the handymen mowing the grass? Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. No, no more grass. You're not mowing the grass anymore. It's such a waste of time. We have one mechanic. I'm going to hire a second one. And then I'm going to hire 4 more handymen. Because that's going to have to be something that we do here. Alright, and of course, going to default the inspections to every 10 minutes, because every 30 minutes is asking for problems. Oh, last breakdown is brakes failure. Yeah, that's going to kill people. Get that fixed expeditiously. And then hopefully this is the other one. Good. Alright, so that's all the existing rides taken care of. There are no more water rides to research, like we said, so we can either keep building more of these, or we can build other coasters that are going to be water themed, or at least we can tell ourselves they'll be water themed. We just have to get to 900 guests for the end of year 3. We're already at 300. We're a third of the way there. It's not going to be hard. We just have to figure out what's going to work best. So the classic wooden roller coaster is kind of a neat thing to consider building here, because there are some of these pre-made designs, like see right here, they have actual water elements in them, which is kind of cool. Actually, a number of these show up with those. But if we can figure out one of these that might work nicely. Like, see, this guy right here is kind of a nice compact design, but the terrain in this is not really going to be that easy for us to adapt to here. Oh. Well, I stand thoroughly corrected. For only 6,500 bucks, we can build this guy right here. That might actually be a good thing for us to do. And if we want, we can probably make this level with this path here by bringing this hill down. So let's, you know what? Let's do that, because I think it would be nice. Yeah, that's good. That's going to be working out fantastically well here. Which one was it? I think it was this guy, yeah. So I had that flipped around this way. Yes, sirree. Yeah, that's going to fit that spot nicely. There is a on-ride photo section that we can take advantage of there. Just have to decide how I want this queue to get put in. I think we'll just go with that. Of course, it's set to every 10 minutes inspection. And then 2 trains, 7 cars per train. I'm going to default setting this to, say, $4 and see if that's going to work. And there we go. Follow our other, default queue. And I don't think we are going to have anything too crazy complicated for a queue here. We just want to make sure that it's not going to be too big. And that should end up being quite nice. Looping roller coaster, you know what that means. Let's go ahead and get this thing in faster speed here, so people come in and ride our coasters. Unless they don't want to, because it doesn't have an excitement rating yet. Or maybe they think it's too expensive. There are no thoughts. Heads are empty, no thoughts. There we go, now we got a couple people in line. What is the rating on this? 5.4, okay. Yeah, that should do numbers once these guys actually, get around to getting on it. And now we got our looping roller coaster. You know what that means, folks. There's no water elements on this, but we have the shuttle loop, the almighty shuttle loop, our very favorite thing ever to be building in these. So I like to integrate, like we've discussed in the past, I like to integrate the pair of these as much as I can with the surrounding rides. And it's too bad we don't have a information kiosk. Wait a second, is this not going to let me build this here? Never mind. It was just doing a little bit of weirdness here. So, you know the drill. It's a shuttle loop. Synchronize. Synchronize. I'll just keep this at $2 because that's easy. No need to complicate anything any further than that. And you know the drill. We'll just make this normally like we always do. And this guy here, and then this guy here is actually going to result... Man, that's a lot of rain. Actually going to result in us removing these fences, which actually does not join the paths, funnily enough. Thought that was an interesting thing to find out. But all you gotta do is just click on the adjacent ones, and then that takes care of that. Now everything is connected, and I'm gonna put these fences back in because I actually do like having these things stay as best as they can. Alright, benches outside, again, like we try to do. I'm gonna go ahead and take some time to put trash cans in around various areas, because if you don't have them, they're just going to throw all their garbage on the ground, and nobody wants that. So it's better to just be prepared and take up some of those spots. Alright, so this is the original point of view. People are already writing all of these. Just a slow process. Whitewater Rapids still hasn't been fixed. Oh, this is quite the meandering path here that's not... Oh, this is a bad path layout. Okay, let's solve this. Let's deal with this right now, because that is a very, very, very long way to get around. So that will connect very easily right there. I can't believe this park did not have a connection between those two. I mean, this objectively does not look fantastic, but it does offer some very nice connectivity here, and it leaves room for us to put roller coasters going underneath the path in the future if we so choose. So, speaking of the information kiosk, let's go ahead and pop that guy in here. Move that umbrella up to $5. And I'm going to put another one, at least another one of these in the back of the park, let's say right here. That should do it. And I don't think there's anywhere for anyone to buy anything to eat either. So we will probably need to have some sort of a food court area. Not a lot of great places to build that without doing some terraforming here. Well, I guess over here probably wouldn't be a bad choice. We got a burger bar. I do love that they have all these things, you know, keep the shape of the food that they're selling. I do think that's funny. But this is just a super, super easy way to do this. Pop those guys in right there and then plunk some paths down. And there you go. Nice, easy access. And I saw a Marcel Voss video last week, I think it was, talking about the game. And apparently having guests sit down, this is what he theorizes in the video, having the guests sit down to eat actually is worse. Because they're not walking around. They're not going to be incentivized to do it. And it's not really any sort of benefit, so I guess we don't really need to put stuff down. But I like the idea that they have the opportunity to sit there and eat their food. Even if it's worse. Makes it feel a little bit more lived in, a little bit more authentic, so I am going to do it anyway. What is this? Okay, suspended swinging coaster. We got the pirate ship. Well, that's water themed, isn't it? Or it's pirate themed, at least. So, what do I want to do about that? I guess we could put this in the water-ish. Probably doesn't hurt to have it close by. And because of how this is set up, the double height here, I'm going to have this be at least 2 tiles away. And I'm going to connect the exit first, because I know if I don't, it's going to kill people. Which is never the goal. At least, not for me. Maybe for some of you. But I really would like to avoid that. So there you go. We got pirate ship. Suspended swinging coasters, I don't really care for that much. I hardly ever build these things. Spinning wild mouse. I know, I made this custom thing once and I thought it was cool, so I just keep building it, but maybe we can give it a water-themed paint scheme or something like that, just to try to keep some sort of semblance of, hey, this is actually a park for water-based rides. Well, that's not going to work right there. Just trying to see if there's anywhere good to pop this thing in without being super ugly. This actually, surprisingly, works pretty well in this spot. If I move it over, yeah, you know what? We'll do that. We'll do that, because what I can do is I can remove the paths and just have them come down. That works. Nice and easy. So, see, this is red and black. This is white and... do we want to follow the same color schemes here? But I like the idea of this being watery themed. Light water, dark water. Ooh, that yellow actually doesn't look too bad with that. So if we have the track be light watercolor, dark watercolor. Oh, that's actually, it's not too shabby. Doesn't look fantastic, but hey, I'm not an interior designer, or an exterior designer, or any kind of designer. I'm playing a game with roller coasters. It also never fails to amaze me how wild people go for the boat hire sometimes, for no reason. It's objectively a garbage attraction. This has an excitement rating of 2.73. Are you serious? Ah, okay, that's why the bumper boat... Wow, there's a lot of options for this. Bumper boats are a plus 40% excitement. I don't know, have you ever been on an actual, like, one of these bumper boats? It's got, like, a weed eater engine in the middle. It smells like gas. It's stinky. And it vibrates hard the whole time. It's like... It's like, okay. That also could just be, you know, the park near where I grew up that had those was just really, really sketchy. But I don't... Not something as an adult who understands how things work would ever want to go on of my own accord. But apparently these people want to do it. Hey, it's 80 cents, though. That works. I'm going to change the color scheme of this ship because I really don't like this. Ooh, that actually looks kind of substantially cooler. Okay, that's really ugly. But that works. There, now it looks like it's kind of on the water. Or it could just be ugly. I don't know. You decide. What's the last thing we unlocked here? Wooden Wild Mouse. Fries Shop. You want some fries. And pop that guy in there. We do want it to try to have a good handle on our trash. It doesn't seem like anyone's leaving any on the ground anywhere. I think there's a certain distance that guests will travel before they decide to plop something on the ground. But I do not know what that is, so I will just put in a couple more trash cans. I know there's still some over here. But it never hurts to be prepared. Compact inverted coaster. We built that one before. And then the regular inverted one, it cracks me up so hard that these unlock at the same time. But then it acts like it researches it. Like, you can already make this. It's not a conspiracy or anything. Is there one of these that looks really cool that we could actually build? Oh, that's just kind of weird looking. That's funny. This is just completely vertical. There's absolutely nothing else to it. It's just stupid enough to work. Like, what kind of garbage is this? Oh, this is versatile, though. You can pop this pretty much anywhere you want. So I guess it's just a matter of getting this to fit in a specific location. I'm gonna go... Oh, I did a miscalculation. I chose poorly. Let's try that again. This is just so funny to me. I truthfully do not understand. Well, the reason I'm doing that way is so I can just have a short queue connected to not that, connected to the not that. Come on. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, I had it on the wrong thing. There we go. Guess can't get to the entrance of... Stop it. I know. Okay, new plan. Alright. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Clearly, that was not a winning idea. As long as I can have a path go... Wait a second. There we go. That works. Do they actually like this? The ride length is 6 seconds. And they're paying $2 a piece. And they're buying a photo. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So you're telling me current metrics... Okay, well, I guess they're just repeat writing it for the most part, but when that only had 100 total customers, it was a favorite ride of 24 guests. Oh, I guess that's holding up now, too, because it keeps going up. So you're telling me 25% of people rode this thing, and they thought it was the best thing ever. And they're going to make that their favorite ride. And funnier than that, the on-ride photo thing is just suspended in midair. It's not connected to anything whatsoever. That's actually kind of funny. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of garbage and stuff full on the paths here. Oh, okay. Somebody just randomly came up and cleaned this. I guess we can just leave this to random chance for the next little bit of time here. And I'm surprised I haven't gotten more of these messages that talk about boat whatever from boat hire 1 has not gotten back to the entrance. In fact, I don't think we've ever got... Yeah. Haven't ever gotten one. So maybe they're just not that dumb. Maybe they figured it out. But I do see things... I'm going to hire 3 more mechanics. And since we're printing so much money, 5 more handymen. Yeah, got to get this organized a little bit better. In fact, we're making enough... Wow, park value is already that high? Well, we've also satisfied the winning scenario conditions. I've been recording for 20 minutes. Not even 20 minutes, and we've already beaten this. Alright, well, I mean, it's a shame to just make it short early, so I guess we can keep going, but I'm not going to slow the time down. Wow, okay. I know these get harder as we go on, and there's going to be some that I'm really going to struggle with. There might even be a couple that have to be multi-part videos, or they're going to be one, like, 3-hour video, depending on how things go. I guess I could just ask you guys, since we're sitting here. If there is a park that requires a lot of time, say, custom designing roller coasters, I know there's at least a few that you have to finish custom roller coasters or whatever. Would you rather there just be one super long video, or would you rather I break it up? if you have thoughts on that. If you don't, then that's fine. I'll just do whatever I want. But I do want you guys to have some sort of agency in this. That's my general goal, after all. Yeah, there's a lot of nasty over here, so I'm actually going to go ahead and assign this front stretch to one handyman, especially because, you know, there's food here. So there's going to be more stuff that has to get emptied out of the trash cans and stuff on the ground and all that. So I will put in a couple more trash cans in this general area. We talked a little bit in the last video about how the trash cans are like randomized whether or not they're actually going to become full after a certain number of pieces of garbage get put in there. Interesting game mechanic. There's a lot of cool stuff that goes into this game that I think a lot of people really don't understand. Not in the sense of people are bad at the game, just people don't necessarily think of stuff. The fact that Chris Sawyer coded this in assembly, honestly, is the most impressive thing out of all of that, which is really saying something. Also, this shuttle loop is 23 people in line. This one only has 14. I wonder why this one's more popular. So this one, I guess we could just compare them back to back. 2412 versus 1598. This is the favorite ride of 137. This is the favorite ride of 71. They have different excitement ratings. The one that has fewer customers actually has a higher excitement rating. And a lower nausea rating and a lower intensity rating. Which they should be pretty much identical. Why does this one have lower positive vertical Gs? Huh. Very strange. This is the favorite ride of 113 guests. So 10% of people who rode it say that's their favorite. Obviously this number includes repeats, so it's probably higher than 10%. It just goes to show you. See, that trash can's full again. We just already have... Oh, it got emptied. Okay. Well, since we have $21,000, I'm going to repay the loan, so we at least have that going for us. Steeplechase. Do I have one of those that's going to be a decent water ride? This is, like, objectively isn't a great coaster type, but... See, I feel like we've... Oh, so that one's at least... That's the default one. The trope namer, if you will, if any of you have ever made the mistake of clicking on a TV tropes link at 2 in the morning and then suddenly the sun's coming up and you're still reading. The trope namer for for the steeplechase coaster type would be this. Production line that has... I know that one has scenery that is not in here. Ponytails. Reminds me of Dragon Tales. That's a blast from the past. I don't think I want to build that one. But what else is coming up here? Mini suspended coaster. That's the little tiny one. I think Marcel Voss called this the worst coaster type in the game. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. It's just kind of a cool little thing. I want to say like Legoland California's got one of these. But I don't remember what that ride's called. I would have gone on it. But how... 25 years ago when that park opened, maybe? Ooh, email noise. We haven't had one of those in a while. But anyway, I digress. I just need to build something else here. How big is this? Okay, that's not great. Not a great use of space here. Alright, maybe this one won't work. But I am interested to see... Go-karts. Oh, yeah. Water go-karts. We should do something kind of funky with the go-karts. We gotta get something else done here. Corkscrew. Oh, wow. There's a lot of these. Boomerang. Cobra. Corkscrew. Great American Scream Machine. That's the Six Flags ride. Ionizer. Wait, this one doesn't... I thought original RollerCoaster Tycoon actually had the Six Flags logo on this. On these real Six Flags rides. But this one doesn't have it. Every time I see this, I'm just like, man, that looks crazy, and then I never build it. That just looks like a whole bunch of weeds. Oh, it's got, like, watercolors there. That's just a euthanasia coaster right there. How many inversions? 10? Sheesh. Oh, this is a dumb one. Let's build that. Just go all the way up. Oh, no, I built that before, and I think it crashed because the guests were too heavy. Some of these are just really strange looking. Okay, that's just like a min-maxi coaster right there. I feel like that's another Six Flags ride. Oh, this one at least has like a thing going through. That's like the El Cheapo for this guy. Or the minimum viable product or whatever. Alright. Where can I put this guy? Where he's actually going to... Can I get him to go through the path? No, this one definitely would not go through the path. But I can combine... That actually probably wouldn't be too terribly bad. Could have a really short queue. But maybe we don't want it to have a short queue. I'll tell you what we'll do. So I will just do... It's got one train, 5 cars per train. That'll hold... Okay, good. That doesn't get anywhere close. Nowhere close to coming off the track. Oh, and now it's stuck because it doesn't have enough weight to go back to the station. Alright, well, that's going to be a thing where we definitely have it wait for a full load. And then we're going to have to just build our queue appropriately here. Yeah, so what we're doing here is now this will have to go... Well, it doesn't have to go this way. I may have made a mistake here in positioning these things. Huh. Well, let's see. Is this stupid enough? Because this is pretty stupid the way this is laid out. But let's do that. Hopefully nobody crashes and dies. Stand-up roller coaster, don't really care for that too much. Nobody's going on... See, they don't want to go on it because it's not tested, but the train can't get back to the station because it doesn't have the momentum. So this is just going to stay here forever. Alright. Going to turn off maximum waiting time. It has to be full for it to go. Alright, so one person's on. There's only a certain type of guests that will ride coasters that don't have test results. So it could be a little bit of time before this thing actually goes. But I think it's going to work. Hopefully. Or else I just wasted a whole bunch of time. Maybe it needs a faster launch speed so it has enough momentum to come back. Well, I guess we'll find out. 2 people are on the ride, and they will be eventually departing, assuming other people get on there. Or maybe I just built the worst possible cursed coaster type. Cotton candy stall, huh? Alright, we can build one of those. Alright. Anybody else on this thing? 5 people on the ride. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. What's the capacity? 24? 20. Okay. At some point, enough people will get on this. Alright, that's 6. Would that be enough to get us all the way back? I guess we could just double close it if we have to. But these people will be quite angry. I want to get off. Thank you, email sound, once again. It's always... You know, when I don't close the app, I get a bunch of emails. When I do, I don't get any. It's fine. So they want to get off. Well, who are we to deprive them of that? Let's just run it. Hopefully they go back to the station. Oh, barely. Alright, then I'll turn that back off again. So now that it actually has a rating, people will get on it. 6.27, huh? Alright. Well, now that there's actually people on the thing, It should... There we go. Now it's actually popular. Okay. Maximum waiting time, 60 seconds. Now that people can actually fill up a train. And if it ever gets stuck, then we know what to do. But that solves that problem pretty handily. We're going to do something with the go-karts. See, all of these are just like completely... This is almost a mile long. 5,000... Are there any that are over a mile? 5,280, so yes, that one's over, that one's way over. That one's way over. Holy... 12,672 feet. That's like 2.5 miles. Almost. What in the... Excitement rating of 23.2. Dear God. I told you go-karts were just a cheat code. But I want to know why. Is it because of the length that it's so stinking high? Because like the rest of these, like the little, like the simple track is like 4.4. Like, yeah, it's still a decently exciting ride, but... Mega track. I don't know, I guess we're just gonna... We're gonna custom design this bad boy. So... am I actually going to be able to get underneath this other ride? Probably not. I wanted to build it underground, but now I'm kind of concerned about getting in and out. Man, all these rides break down. Stop that. Stop that. It's just non-stop. Absolutely non-stop ride breaking down. Okay, so if I go in... I can actually lower this again and go down below the ground. All the way down to negative 25, negative 30. Wow, okay, well that's going to be a pretty quick track. So we come all the way down to underneath here. We just go back and forth and back and forth. It's underground, so it's fun, right? That's how this works. Now I gotta turn this so I can actually see. Alright, so... This may be a stupid way to do this, but... I think... we're gonna be rewarded here with some go-kart profits. So if I do this at 0... There we go. You can't see any of it. Well, almost none of it. Then I just have to get the queue to attach somewhere. Maybe I can come in from this side. But I don't want it to be super long. Well, what if we do this? What if we do this? 10 cars, okay. And not gonna be 3 laps. We can do 2. I think that'll work. It should get an excitement boost from being underground. And the go-karts don't need a big queue anyway because they are a very, very long ride. But if we do this, can I go... Ah, okay, not quite. Not quite. Well, that works. Hopefully. And because it's most of it's underground, they're going to go on it while it rains. And the problem is we don't know how much fun they're having. Hold on, they go how fast at the bottom of that hill? Like 20 some miles an hour? Alright, let's look at this again. Let's look at this again. 30! That's really quick on a go-kart. Okay, it says 29, but... I don't know, 30 miles an hour on a go-kart is, like, unbelievably fast. Unless you go to one of those indoor professional karting places. I know there's a bunch by different names. I don't think I would want to drive that fast on a go-kart, personally. Okay, what are we even... Okay, motion simulator, though. We don't ever really care about those too much. Unless they have a water-themed theme. we could hijack or something. So if I do... Well, I guess I could just raise this up here. Nothing's stopping me from doing that. Alright, Avenging Aviators or Thrill Riders? Alright, well, I think neither of those are particularly water-themed, but we can make it happen anyway. Okay, there's some garbage on the ground, which means if you look at it the way Walt Disney looked at it, that means someone had a desire to throw something away and didn't have an ability to, so we're going to put a trash can there. Oh yeah, launched freefall time. Yeah, excitement rating of 1.9, intensity of 11.2. I don't think so. This is the escape hatch one, even though it doesn't have the scenery, which is really honestly just a... the scenery for this thing is can't remember what it is. But I'm pretty sure it's just the path going around the outside. We know how much we love doing that. I want to raise this up like one tile, but it's not going to let me do it. Oh well. We'll just keep building our queue here. Actually, I'll just leave this here, because what we can do is then just hook up like that. This only holds, what, 8 people at a time? Yeah, that's going to be fine. We are printing stacks of cash with this. These are really, like, not very hard. I remember when I was a kid, these were just so much more difficult to do. Alright, what are people complaining about on this? No thoughts. Alright, everything's breaking down. Alright, mechanics... Okay, no, they're not all busy. They're just going to take their time getting everything else fixed, I guess. Okay, now a bunch of stuff is breaking down. But we have so much money, I'm just going to hire more mechanics anyway. And handymen. Now, what was this? Still hasn't been fixed. Yep, okay. Throw more money at the problem. That solves everything, right? Vertical drop roller coaster. And there's still other roller coasters? Now, the vertical drop roller coaster is pretty cool. There is a scenario that has a pair of these as the centerpiece. I think it's Millennium Mines or something. But I cannot remember if that design is available. What in the world are some of these? $41,000 to build this? Oh, the ride length is over a mile, that's why. A lot of these are. Sheesh. Oh, yeah. There you go. Complete vertical drop. That's the only thing that happens. Yeah, okay. That's an intensity generator. That just looks bonkers. Like, some of these are actually good designs, and some of them are just like, okay, yeah, you spent a whole lot of time in the coaster designer and wanted to make something that was just completely absurd. Soul Stealer. That's not ominous at all. I don't know, I would like to have something that is kind of realistic to build. This big 90 probably isn't bad. It's pretty balanced. Got 35 grand in cash. Are you kidding me? Not even a challenge. Can I put this anywhere? Answer probably... Oh, actually it would fit right here pretty nicely. But then I have to figure out where my path is going to go. Or maybe I can put it up on top of the hill. That's not such a bad spot. I just have to be able to, you know, hook a path up to it. See, I don't know. I'm going to have a problem actually getting entrance and exit placed unless I turn it around. Oh, that's a really steep lift hill. Okay, well maybe I did want this to be on this side. Tell you what, let's just put this here. It's actually going to let me place these. Huh. Alright, so this is going to end up going up, hopefully enough. If I just connect right there. So that would be, I believe, right there. I know it's not perfect placement to take advantage of our typical building style, so I will move that just a touch. I think I can get away charging $4 for this. Now it is August year 3. I'm going to slow this down just so we can actually get this thing open before we end the scenario, because it is nice to have some sort of something to look forward to. Wait, hold on. The coaster's in the way. Oh no. Well, that's a disaster. Instead... Wait, what do you mean this is in the way? That can't possibly be in the way. Oh, jeez. Alright. Jokers. I guess what I've got to do is move everything over. Alright, well, it's worth a shot. Okay, now that's in the way. I expected that. Okay, now I can go... Oh, is that... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, well, I guess what I should do maybe then is go down this way. And then go down... Oh yeah, that's what we need. That's exactly what we need right there. Is this to just accomplish absolutely nothing. Okay. Going this way. There we go. Alright, that's better than a kick in the pants. Let's do that. Set to $4. That's not a roller coaster. Let's change our color scheme to be blue and blue. Oh, they're different colors per train? Alright, we're going to leave it that way then. See who's going to ride this thing. Maybe nobody will because it's not tested yet. Well, that's fine. We'll wait and see what happens. And by wait and see what happens, I mean put it back in triple speed mode. Because eventually it'll just go, and then it'll get a test result and somebody will ride it. Hopefully. And immediately somebody gets in line. Alright. We'll be in okay shape now, folks. So, park value of almost $300,000. Okay. Well, now it is $300,000. We can make that work. So I suppose now is the time where we do our end of episode fun recap. Yes, we built roller coasters. We built go-karts. We kind of really didn't do that much and still managed to beat the scenario anyway. So hey, I guess it works. But yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts on a super long episode or just splitting it up in the event that I need to take a really long time to custom build coasters and go through a whole bunch of different stuff and the longer, more difficult scenarios. Outside of that, I think we can all agree that it's nice to take a look back at the formative gaming experience for so many of us in the shape of this game and others like it from that similar era. Park has received an award for having the best roller coasters. Nice. I sure hope so, because we built a couple of them. Reverse freefall coaster. Okay, we'll maybe check that out in a newer scenario later on. But I appreciate you being here, and all of the support that this series has gotten. Has been really, really fun to just play the game and see what we can do. And not have to worry about continuity of a super long series of everything. Like, oh, we got to fix the problems from last episode. Well, no, because this is a completely different thing. We could just play a park and be all good to go. So your support makes it possible, Beard Boosters especially, with their contributions to ensure that I don't have to chase algorithmic trends or bring on sponsors that nobody wants to see. The only sponsors I'll ever take for this channel are people who want me to play good video games. So you ever see that? That's what that's coming from, but probably not going to have too many of those anyway. All that being said, you are the reason we're able to do this, so I'm very thankful that you're here, whatever it is that your contribution is, whether it's just watching, hanging out, leaving helpful feedback, or just saying hi, or if you're part of the people who financially support what we're doing here. You matter, and I'm glad you're here. So all that being said, it is October 25th, year 3, and we are just about done with this scenario. But you know what we don't have? We don't have any balloon stalls. And that's not going to work very well, is it? We got to give people balloons. Oh, of course, I can't do construction while the game's paused. So, let's make the balloons free. Randomized colors. Plop a whole bunch of these down. Well, somewhere. And maybe people get balloons in the last couple days of the park being open before we are all finished. Because it is nice to see all the balloons get released. Like, look, we did it. Alright, so that's 4 of those giving away free balloons. And now all we can do, friends, is wait for the end. There you have it. 900 guests at the end of year 3 with a park rating of 600. We achieved our objective with a company value of $366,753. I think that's the highest company value I've ever had in one of these, which is really cool. So there you go. Aqua Park all finished. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Again, whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you later. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.